Hello everybody. How are you all doing? Wanted to record a quick video for this week to share about a super tool, an absolute super tool that every single one of us has access to. We wouldn't be here without it, but we are often not conscious of it, and most of us, we certainly haven't developed a relationship with it, because in order to access it and really become conscious of it, a certain thing has to happen. So what I'm talking about today, our super tool that we all have, is our breath. Our breath is a superpower that can help us, support us in any situation, literally. But the thing about it is, like I mentioned, what we need to do to really become conscious of it, because it's there, we become complacent. We completely take it for granted. We're not even conscious of how we're breathing, and most of us are shallow breathing. We're upper chest breathing. We're in that fight, flight, or freeze mode for most of our lives. And in order to really connect to our breath and to know the power of it, what needs to happen is we need to get still. We need to get quiet. We need some silence, and to stop the rushing and racing around and living at the level of our mind. Because when we can move beyond just the level of our mind and the level of our thoughts and connect to that consciousness, our breath is literally our life force, our consciousness, to connect to that formless essence, that energy, when we connect to that and when we cultivate a relationship with it, I guarantee you it can help you in any situation, because essentially we are reconnecting with our body. We're coming back present. We're waking up to actually what is in front of us or what's happening, and we're coming out of the story of our mind. Because again, difficult situations happen all the time, but when you become conscious and learn to observe yourself and your thoughts and your actions, especially your thoughts, you begin to realize that it's my thoughts about the situation as well that make the situation a million times worse. And again, this is all unconscious until we become conscious of it. That's why the inner work, the self-observation, the taking responsibility is key, because then we do become conscious, and then we can become the conscious creators of our lives. We learn to consciously direct our thoughts. And again, connecting to our breath is so powerful. It takes us out of that fight or flight. It relaxes our sympathetic nervous system. It activates our parasympathetic nervous system. And again, we can move into a space. It allows us a space between being in that fight, flight, reactive mode. It gives us a space to observe, become aware of what is happening, and choosing a response, whether that's something we need to say or do, or not responding. But it gives us that conscious awareness, that capacity to choose how we respond. And responsibility is the ability to respond. So really getting quiet, it has to start with stillness, because again, we're constantly going, our mind doesn't stop. So by connecting and cultivating a conscious relationship with our breath, and even just taking a few moments, like do 3 minutes, 5 minutes every single day, do consistently to build the practice. But even just when you're doing it, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath. And yes, our mind will wander. So even as you're breathing in, repeat to yourself in your mind, I am breathing in, I am inhaling. On the exhale, I am breathing out, I am exhaling. Repeat that every single time for the 3 or 5 minutes. I'm breathing in as you're breathing in, and I'm breathing out as I'm breathing out. Because again, what we notice is that we can only focus on one thing at a time. So if we're in a situation, if our thoughts are going mental, take yourself aside, take a few moments, focus on I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, or I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling, and see how your whole energy, your whole awareness, your whole consciousness, your whole capacity to respond shifts. Feel how more centered and grounded you are and you become. It is our most important and little superpower that we have in our toolbox all the time. But again, we're not taught about it. We're not taught to connect with it. So do it. Build a practice. Find that stillness, that space, and see the shifts that will happen. Enjoy. Let me know how you get on.